He's running through. For me, the covering defender is too far away, but he's not in control of the ball. It probably feels more yellow than red.
That's exactly right.
I agree with that.
I think it calls because of Ben White.
Yeah, and not in control of the ball either.
Ben White is the covering man.
He's got a lot of work to do.
And he's very far out. So
Rob.
on-field decision is yellow card.
They will check.
William Saliba.
Checking decision for possible DOGSO.
Ben White is coming across and he does not have the ball.
Okay, so the ball...
Goalkeepers.
There's too many variables.
Can you give me another angle just to see the trajectory of the ball?
The trajectory of the ball. It's panning. I can
Yeah,
give
wide
you...
view, please. Wide view, please.
Yeah.
Play it through.
This is at full speed.
Yep. So the
Keeper's
ball
going
is coming
backwards,
into his
and
path,
he's coming to him,
and
yeah.
the keeper's going backwards. So show me that wide angle again.
I've got 18-yard camera here.
Yeah, roll it through. So pause it at the time of the foul. Just there. Give me a still image now, and go to the wide angle again. Wide angle again.
Wide angle again.
Yep. So considerations are Ben White's too far away.
Yeah.
And he's not going to cover. The ball's coming into this channel, and the keeper's backpedaling.
Yeah.
I think it's DOGSO. There's clear evidence of DOGSO. He's goal side, and the ball is only going to get possession from the attacker. Yeah.
I'm here now,
So
mate.
it's full speed.
I'm going to play it through for you at full speed. So the considerations are: it is a clear foul. The distance Ben White is
It's a
from the
clear
ball.
foul. Yeah.
And I'm going to show you another angle. I'm going to show you another angle to show the goalkeeper's movement as well. Coming in now.
Okay. Yeah, keeper's
So the
moving away
goalkeeper's
from the
moving
ball, so
backwards, and the likelihood is
Yes.
the attacker will gain
Yeah.
possession of the ball.
I'm with you, Jared. I completely agree. Ben White's far further away than we expect. It's a red card.
Confirmed.
Well, there it is. Hit the like and the share button, people. Make sure you're subscribing. The audio is now out from the William Saliba red card, and some of you may agree with what is being said here. Some of you may disagree. The inconsistencies are what are being questioned here more so than anything else. I'll stand by what I said originally. I think it is a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. I don't necessarily think the red card in itself is wrong, but it's the inconsistencies that I am personally calling out. So I don't think we need to... We can sit here and debate whether you think it's a red card or not. That, for me, isn't the crux of this conversation. It's the inconsistencies that are at play here. The question is, have Arsenal been robbed? Have Arsenal been cheated? Have they been treated differently to other players, other teams, other clubs in this situation? That is what we're here to ascertain and gain. I want to gain your opinion on this. Let's continue listening to what Howard Webb has got to say, because I think it is very, very important before we start to dissect this situation.
Howard, a yellow card overturned in VAR up to a red. You satisfied with that?
I think that the offence committed by William Saliba in this situation did deny Evan Nielsen an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Yes, I do. I think the yellow card that was issued by Rob Jones on the field, the referee's call, was clearly and obviously wrong. There's 4 criteria for DOGSO denial of obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
So I actually agree with him. I agree that we as football fans know that's a very good opportunity to get in front of goal and have a shot. It's a clear goal-scoring opportunity. 100% it's a red card. I agree with that point.
The first one is the direction of the play. Is it going towards goal or is it going away from goal? Secondly is...
That's contentious, because sometimes, depending on the starting position of the player passing the ball or the player's starting position who may be going through on goal, sometimes you can't play the ball directly towards the goal. You have to play it on an angle for their first touch to cut them inside. So... that, for me, is contentious.
The position, the location of defenders. Are they going to be able to impact what could be an obvious goal-scoring opportunity? The third one is control of the ball or likely control of the ball. Was the attacker in control of the ball? Very,
very important when it comes to some of the other examples we're going to show you. Control of the ball, likely control of the ball. Again, that likely control of the ball as well. Is it likely this player is going to get control and create that goal-scoring opportunity? Great point.
Or were they likely to get control? And then the fourth one is the distance from goal.
So distance from goal is really, really important to remember. Now, what was frustrating is I watched this clip. It goes on for about 7 minutes. Unless there's more footage that I haven't been privy to seeing yet, at no point did the presenter in this occasion bring up other examples and say, okay, because I think everybody can accept what's been said here about Saliba. That, for me, isn't where I feel Arsenal have been done here. It's when you start to look at other examples that it becomes interesting, to say the least. But does it make sense is the question. So when it comes to Tosin bringing down Jota in the Liverpool game the very next day. Now, the footage of this is not available on the Premier League's website, but you can see the still shots on their website of what was said. The assistant VAR says, yes, not in control of the ball. So one of the rationales that's given here by VAR for Tosin's not being a red card is because Jota does not have control of the ball. But nor did Evan Nilsson. The Bournemouth player didn't have control, but it was likely he was going to gain control, yes? We all agree with that. So how is this different? VAR then says, too much distance, too much doubt. Too much distance, too much doubt. The difference in distance between Arsenal and the Bournemouth situation, Liverpool and Chelsea, Tosin and Jota's situation, you are talking a metre or two, a few yards. We know Jota's going to get to that ball first. We've seen the pan. Now, the ball is going slightly away from the direction of the goal, but we know he's going to get his first touch is going to then take him into the box. Unless his first touch he messes up. But you could then make that same excuse for Arsenal's and Saliba's situation. What if the attacker messes up his first touch, which has happened a million times in football? You then also see this from VAR. He says, John, that's to John Brooks, it's Ollie. I'm confirming on-field decision of yellow card. Clearly too much doubt for denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. But the rationale they've given for that doubt is the complete opposite rationale that they gave the day before. And this is where the questions are raised. This is where, and listen, some of you don't like Arsenal. Some of you want to attack Arsenal. I'm about the consistency of decisions. How do you sit there and explain that? Why are they not being challenged about this? Why hasn't the Sky Sports here or the Premier League brought out this footage and dissected it and gone, why is it so different? How can you say that this is too far from goal, but Saliba's isn't? How can you say, well, Jota's not got control of the ball, but say Evan Nilsson's going to get control of the ball? Why is it so fundamentally different? That shouldn't be about subjectivity. For me, that's objective. That's objectivity. They're both pretty much the same distance. And we all know in a normal circumstance, both players are going to get control of the ball. Equally, what we didn't see is why wasn't this footage brought up in mic'd up? This time the ball was going towards goal. Now the player's running away from goal because he has to get to the ball, but the ball's moving in the direction of the goal. It's much closer. The covering defenders are as far away as Ben Wright, but a yellow card was given and VAR did not overturn that decision. You can go back a number of years. Here's Bukayo Saka, closer than the Saliba situation, covering defenders about the same. The player is going to touch the ball, yellow card, no red card given, and he's about to take control as this happened. These are the kind of questions that we need to be, that we as fans need to see asked. This week has been horrendous for the PGMOL with everything coming out about David Coote, all the evidence about grudges and biases from the past that these referees hold. And what we are still not seeing is these officials that control our games questioned properly. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The haters will miss this part of the show. This doesn't negate Arsenal's starting lineup at the beginning of the game. It doesn't negate their poor lack of creativity, their poor chance finishing. It doesn't negate any of the mistakes that Arsenal made in the game. They should still be criticised. But the inconsistency of refereeing is crazy. And another thing that wasn't thrown up in the show is referees' call. They made a big song and dance at the beginning of the season as to stay in with the referee's call. Now, we've got two examples that we've shown you. Liverpool and Chelsea, Crystal Palace and Tottenham, that show very, very similar scenarios that, based on what they said about Saliba, should have been red cards. But they've stuck with the on-field decision. And what they've done in those circumstances, go and look at the narrative around it. Referees call, not re-refereeing games. But yet with Saliba's example, they've completely re-refereed the situation. Their view is the on-field referees have seen it wrong, which is fair enough. And they should be pointing out, you've got this wrong. You have made a mistake. This should be a red card. That isn't what I think people have the problem with. It's why the rest's so different. And if you hate Arsenal, then I'm sure that you're just going to, yeah, great, let's stick it to them. But all you're doing is ensuring that these inconsistencies at some point are going to hurt your team as well. And for me, if the PGMOL were being held to account, if there was proper challenge, proper questioning, real transparency and clarity created, there'd be more objective, less controversial, consistent moments in the game. And that is what we want. I want all the talk to be about the football, but I think ignoring this is an abomination to our game. It damages us, and I just cannot understand. I mean, little things. They haven't put any of this content on YouTube yet. It's only on the sort of hidden in the Premier League's website. They've not advertised any of this footage anywhere. Maybe they're trying to keep a low profile this week, I understand. But it all seems, and maybe I'm being a bit of a conspiracy theorist here, it all seems a little underhand. But all I am seeing here is this. My initial thought is it's a red card to Saliba. That's my personal thought. But I also think that this is a red card for Konza. I also think that this is a red card for Van der Ven. I also think this is a red card for Tosin. So at least I'm very consistent with what I think is a red card. What is confusing here is the absolute clarity, certainty they have that Saliba's was a red, but no real comment on the others. And remember what they've said here. This wasn't a red card because Jota didn't have the ball and it was too much distance from goal. How are the inconsistencies not being called out? This is not about giving Arsenal an excuse, giving Liverpool an excuse, giving United, Chelsea, Wolves, Forest, anybody an excuse. Surely we should be pushing. Everyone goes on about, you've got to have standards for your club. Yes. Why don't we have standards for our referees, standards for the officials, standards for the FA, standards for the Premier League that they must maintain? Surely we have to be pushing from all directions here. As ever, I want your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions. Hit the like and the share button. Make sure you are subscribing, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace.